Hey friend, do you want to feel happy, strong, calm and ready to win the day? Today I'll show you a special morning routine, the Stoic way. This is how wise people like Marcus Aurelius started their day. It will help you feel calm, brave and in control. Welcome back to the Stoic path. I'm here in these quiet morning hours to share something transformative with you. A morning routine grounded in Stoic philosophy that has changed not just my days, but my entire life. In a world constantly pulling us in different directions, where technology demands our immediate attention and where chaos often reigns, the Stoics offer us something powerful, a framework for starting each day with intention, clarity and purpose. Please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get the next updated videos. Today, I'm going to walk you through the ultimate Stoic morning routine, practices drawn from Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, and other Stoic masters who knew how to build a life of meaning and resilience, starting with the first moments of consciousness each day. Today, I will explain these routines to you in detail in 6 sections. This isn't about perfectionism or adding more to your already busy life. It's about intentional practices that align your actions with your deepest values and prepare you to face whatever challenges the day brings. Are you ready? Let's win the day together. Section 1. The Philosophy of Morning. Before we dive into specific practices, it's important to understand why the Stoics placed such emphasis on how we begin our day. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, and perhaps history's most powerful Stoic practitioner, began his meditations with this reflection. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. This wasn't pessimism, it was preparation. The Stoics understood that by mentally rehearsing challenges before they arrive, we remove their power to derail us. They knew that true freedom comes not from controlling external events, but from mastering our internal responses. The morning, before the world's demands crash in, provides sacred space for this preparation. It's a time when our minds are most receptive, our willpower most fresh, our attention most focused. To waste this time is to surrender an incredible advantage. Seneca wrote, "We should give so much care to the beginning of any great matter. Your day is a great matter, perhaps the greatest matter over which you have influence. How you begin it shapes everything that follows." The Stoic morning routine I'm about to share isn't about rigid adherence to specific times or activities. It's about principles, about creating space for what matters most, preparing for life's challenges, and setting intentions that guide your actions. As with all Stoic practices, the goal isn't perfection but progress, continuous improvement through deliberate practice. Let's explore how to create a morning routine that embodies these Stoic principles and helps you truly win the day. Section 2. Awakening with Purpose. The first moment of your Stoic morning actually begins the night before, with your commitment to rise at a specific time. The Stoics valued early rising not because they enjoyed torturing themselves, but because they recognized the value of uninterrupted time for reflection and preparation. When your alarm sounds, this is your first opportunity for Stoic practice. Epictetus taught his students, "Make it your practice not to be distracted by other things. Keep your attention focused on the life you're living now, in the present moment." Rising immediately, without negotiation, without the snooze button, is your first victory of the day. It's a declaration that you are governed by reason, not impulse, by commitment, not comfort. As Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, at dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, "I have to go to work as a human being." Once up, hydrate immediately. Your body has been fasting for hours, and water jump-starts your metabolism and mental clarity. The Stoics were keenly aware of the connection between physical and mental well-being. Then, take 3 deep breaths while reminding yourself of a key Stoic principle. Some things are within my control, others are not. This single principle, central to Stoic philosophy, immediately focuses your attention on what matters, your judgments, your intentions, your actions, rather than external outcomes you cannot fully control. This moment of awakening sets the tone for everything that follows. You've already demonstrated mastery over comfort, practiced presence of mind, and recalled a fundamental truth about human existence. You're now ready to move deeper into your Stoic morning practice. Section 3. Physical discipline. The next component of the ultimate Stoic morning is physical training. Contrary to popular misconception, the Stoics weren't disembodied intellectuals. They understood the profound connection between physical and mental discipline. Musonius Rufus, teacher of Epictetus, wrote extensively about the importance of physical training. It is a disgrace to grow old through sheer carelessness before seeing what manner of person you may become by developing your physical and mental powers to their highest limit. Your physical practice doesn't need to be elaborate. The key is consistency and presence. Whether it's strength training, running, yoga, or another form of movement, approach it with full attention. Notice the resistance that arises, the part of you that wants to stop when discomfort begins. Practice moving through it with equanimity. This isn't exercise merely for health or appearance, it's philosophical practice made physical. You're training one of the core Stoic virtues, courage, by facing voluntary hardship. As Seneca wrote, a ship is not tested in calm waters. By deliberately exposing yourself to physical challenge, you build resilience for life's inevitable difficulties. After your physical practice, many modern Stoics incorporate cold exposure, whether a cold shower or simply splashing cold water on your face. This practice of voluntary discomfort was central to Stoic training. Seneca regularly took cold baths, even in winter, to strengthen his resistance to discomfort. When the shock of cold hits your system, notice your instinctive resistance. This is the training ground. Breathe through it. Remember what Epictetus taught. Difficulties show a person's character. Small voluntary hardships prepare you for larger involuntary ones. Through these physical practices, you're not just strengthening your body, you're cultivating the mental fortitude that Stoicism demands. Section 4. Mental cultivation. With your body awakened, now turn to your mind. Find a quiet place to sit upright but comfortable. The next phase of your Stoic morning is mental cultivation through meditation and journaling. While meditation might sound like a practice from Eastern traditions, the Stoics had their own form of mindfulness called prosoche, attention to the present moment. Begin with 5 to 10 minutes of quiet awareness. Focus on your breath. When thoughts arise, acknowledge them without judgment, then return to your breath. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." This practice of mental stillness creates space between stimulus and response, the very essence of Stoic self-mastery. After meditation, spend 10 to 15 minutes journaling. The Stoics were prolific writers. Marcus Aurelius never intended his meditations for publication. They were his personal reflections, his way of working through challenges and clarifying his thinking. In your journal, practice these Stoic reflections. First, gratitude. Write 3 things you're genuinely grateful for, focusing on what you might take for granted. The Stoics practiced negative visualization, imagining the absence of what they valued, to cultivate deeper appreciation. Second, virtue focus. Identify which of the 4 Stoic virtues you most need today: wisdom, justice, courage, or temperance. Write specifically how you'll embody this virtue in your actions. Third, obstacle anticipation. What challenges might you face today? How will you respond with virtue rather than reaction? This is premeditatio malorum, premeditation of evils, a core Stoic practice for mental preparation. Through meditation and journaling, you're training your mind to focus on what matters most, your character and choices, rather than being pulled by circumstance. Section 5. Philosophical study. The next element of your Stoic morning is philosophical reading. The Stoics were voracious readers, not of trivial material, but of works that challenged and elevated their thinking. Seneca advised, "We should always be engaged in the study of philosophy, to such an extent that any unexpected blow may find us prepared." This doesn't mean you need to read entire philosophical treatises each morning. Even a page or two, properly absorbed, can transform your perspective. Spend 10-15 minutes reading from Stoic texts or other philosophical works that challenge you. Read actively, not passively. Underline key passages, make notes in the margins, question assumptions. The goal isn't to cover pages, but to internalize wisdom. Some recommendations for your Stoic morning reading. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Letters from a Stoic by Seneca. Discourses by Epictetus. The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. Choose one idea from your reading to carry with you throughout the day, a single principle or insight you can return to when challenges arise. As Epictetus taught, don't just say you have read books, show that through them you have learned to think better. This practice of philosophical study isn't academic. It's practical preparation for living well. You're arming yourself with wisdom that can be applied to the very real challenges you'll face today. Section 6. Intentional planning. The final component of your Stoic morning routine is intentional planning. Having prepared your body and mind, you're now ready to approach your day's tasks with clarity and purpose. Seneca wrote, "Let all your efforts be directed to something. Let it keep that end in view." The Stoics understood the importance of directed effort, not frantic activity, but purposeful action aligned with your deepest values. Take 10 to 15 minutes to identify your most important tasks for the day. Not everything on your to-do list, but the 1 to 3 things that would make today successful, even if everything else falls apart. For each task, ask yourself, how does this align with my values? What virtue will I practice through this work? How can I approach this with full presence? Then, identify potential obstacles to your most important work. Will distractions arise? Will your energy flag in the afternoon? Plan specifically how you'll overcome these challenges. As Seneca advised, the man who has anticipated the coming of troubles takes away their power when they arrive. Finally, set an intention for how you'll interact with others today. The Stoics placed enormous emphasis on our duties to humanity. Marcus Aurelius began each day by reminding himself, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." How will you embody this wisdom in your interactions? This intentional planning ensures that when the inevitable chaos of the day begins, you've already determined what matters most and how you'll respond to challenges. Conclusion. This Stoic morning routine, from awakening with purpose to physical training, to mental cultivation, to philosophical study, to intentional planning, creates a foundation for truly winning the day. Will you execute it perfectly every morning? Of course not. The Stoics embraced human imperfection while striving for virtue. When you fall short, simply begin again without self-judgment. Start with implementing just 1 or 2 elements consistently. Small changes, sustained over time, create profound transformation. As Musonius Rufus taught, habit is a powerful influence, like nature itself. Remember, this routine isn't about rigid control, it's about freedom. When you master yourself through consistent practice, you gain the freedom to direct your life rather than being pulled by impulse and circumstance. Each morning is an opportunity to practice what the Stoics called ascesis, training for life's arena. Through this routine, you're not just starting your day, you're building yourself. If you found value in this video, support the Stoic path by subscribing and sharing with someone who might benefit. In the comments, let me know which part of this routine resonates most with you, or share elements of your own morning practice. Next week, we'll explore how Stoicism can transform your response to life's inevitable setbacks. Until then, remember what Marcus Aurelius wrote. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. This is the Stoic path. Win the morning, win the day.